by the rain, saved by the pain, ain't but a thing. Nobody says I'm gon' need something else to burn. Daddy and I got nowhere to turn. I'm about to be jumping the circle. I'm not in the mix with.
I think I forgot how to read, and for the longest time I remember reading. As a child, when I was in 8th grade, I read Crime and Punishment. So now I'm thinking about, is there something related to the current realities of using a phone, for instance, that's making me unable to read? To prove myself that I can read and prove that reading is actually still fun, I decided to read 5 books in 5 days. And I know what you're gonna say, that's kinda crazy to do, considering that I haven't read for the last year. But crazy is what we do. So let's talk about the books I have read for the last 5 days. Let's start with Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. This was recommended by PewDiePie in his 2025 book list. And PewDiePie, you're a genius, because this book is amazing. I loved everything about it. It encapsulates everything so beautifully within the excerpts. And there's 81 excerpts. I know it sounds a lot, but they're very short and they get to the point. They're as valuable as they were back in the day in ancient China. And I loved it. Now it's one of my favorite reads, and I love this particular translation, which is by Jia Fu Feng. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, and Jane English. If you cannot find this, or let's be honest, they're kind of expensive, I have found a website where you can read it for free, and I've put it down in the description. Highly suggested. Very good book. Atomic Habits by James Clear. I have reread this book 3 times. This is my third time rereading it. And aside from the introduction, this is a good book. Unlike every other non-fiction books, it's not trying to sell you much. So it's still trying to sell you something, the website in this case. But this book is very applicable. You can get it, you can read an idea such as habit stacking or designing your environment, and you can just start implementing it right away, which I find quite useful, and that is why it's one of the highest rated books in my collection, and I really like it and love it actually. This is Atomic Habits, highly suggested. You can skip the introduction. Show your work. Okay, I'll be a little bit honest here. I don't think you need to buy this book. It's a great visual aid if you ever feel that you're getting stuck, or that you're not very creative or you're not bringing anything new to the table. It's a good visual aid to remind you that you don't have to be the first, or you don't have to be the best. As long as you're showing up and showing your work to others, people will recognize that. That is why it's, I think, a great reminder visually. The book itself, I don't think you have to buy it. I think it is available online as a PDF. Every one of these books are available online as PDFs. So unless you have the money, yeah, alright book, you can read it if you want to. Visual, grade 8, love it. We'll have it here so that I can remind myself when I'm not feeling particularly the best. I can be like, okay, I just have to show my work. Enchiridion by Epictetus. It's a small book. I know it's a small book, but it's very dense, okay? I love this book. Just the fact that it was referenced so many times in Adventure Time. It's one of my favorites. And the wordings, the phrases are kind of hard to understand. That could be translation thing, that could be the philosopher talk thing. Also the fact that Epictetus never actually wrote anything down. This was written down by his pupil. So there are some ideas that feel like they're repeating, but that could be because he was like talking about different lessons throughout his time, and that's what has sometimes lessons get repeated. That's why can be repetitive at times, but overall great book. Loved it. It's a small book. It's gonna take you a day. You can read it at your leisure time. Almanac of Naval Ravikant by Erik Jørgensen is a scam. Here's what I mean by a scam. This book is a scam on the premise that I thought it was written by Naval Ravikant himself. I thought this was autobiographical, but it was written as kind of a biography through tweets and podcast appearances, which makes this the most derivative work of non-fiction. You can read it. Everybody has free will. But if you have the time to read this book, I think it's better spent reading The Buddha's Words, also suggested by PewDiePie, because this book draws heavy influence from Buddhist works, so Buddhist scriptures. So I think that would be a more productive way of reading. And even Naval himself says that a lot of the works are derivative, so reading from the source is the best way to get the information. Overall, do I suggest doing this? Do it at your own discretion, as usual. But also this shows you that you can read a book in a day, and that's okay. If you don't have the time, you can split it up. You don't have to do it the way I did it, but I'm just showing that it is possible. What did I learn from this? I can still read!